Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 10th. This week you have this Ears Wide Open card and this Willing Release card. So definitely would be a good week to listen, probably to yourself. We'll see what comes up. The Willing Release card is this is what you have to let go of right here, is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, I always say he is grieving the loss of his taste for wine. That's the story of the card. So he is sad that he no longer enjoys wine, and that's why he is sad. But he needs to turn around and see that there's something better here that will lead to this bridge in this castle. And so, even if someone were to offer him wine, he wouldn't even accept it because he doesn't even want it. So, the Five of Cups kind of says that we are sad about losing something that once brought us joy but no longer does. And I feel it's time for you to find new things that bring you joy, or new things that make you feel good in life. And that's what I would be focusing on with that Five of Cups, is kind of like releasing the past, because look at your outcome. It is very positive. So let's see. You start with this Five of Cups, like I said, needing to be, the fives have very easy solutions, and the solution of the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you have. So I think, practicing gratitude would be a good idea with the Five of Cups, and, paying attention to what you have is a good idea. You also have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. Sometimes with the Five of Cups, I think, and you also have the Five of Pentacles here as well. Both these cards can say that you feel like you don't have the resources necessary to be successful with something that you're trying to manifest, clearly, because we have the Magician right here. And really, the Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful. It doesn't mean that you have the money, but maybe you don't, or maybe you need some other type of resource like energy or time. Like maybe you don't have the time, or you think you don't have the time to do something that you want to do. But what I'm getting from this reading is if you would just get started, I feel you would find the time, or things would work out much better than you think. I also get this energy of needing to stop thinking about something. I don't know. It's like that Magician is pointing to the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. And so the Magician can be like trying to manifest something in your life. Justice is like saying you have to take action and, figure out which way the scales are going to balance. And you have the resources necessary to make this happen. So that's what I would get there. It's almost like this, and then you have the World. The World to me can sometimes say that you're claiming something. You are saying this thing, and I know I'm speaking generally here, but I feel like it is a very general reading. I feel you're all different. You all want something different out of life. But the World is about, claiming it in the world. She is even designing a new world, maybe, because she has these two wands here. One wand is like the Magician's wand, which is manifesting. The other wand is action. So she is mixing the two things together to create a new world. And I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like this reading is saying it's time for you to claim something that you desire to have. And again, that could be anything in your life. And so that's what I feel the focus of the reading is here. I feel you definitely have to get out of your head with that Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It's definitely saying that, you might not feel good enough to accomplish something. The world is an accomplishment, so you might not feel good enough, or maybe you feel like you're too weak or whatever. And, the Five of Pentacles says, yeah, there might be a lot of reasons you can't do something, but if there's one good reason you can, then I would do it. Yes, with the Five of Cups, you have the Magician. I knew these two, this is connected as far as I'm concerned, so that's what I'll say there. The Nine of Wands, he is pointing towards the Nine of Wands here, which would say that you have to open up. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but he needs to not give up, and he needs to try again. So that would be good energy for you. Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. So it might be a good time for you to I always say he's like my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So you might have to try a bunch of things to get or accomplish something you're trying to accomplish, but it would be worth it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is thinking, this or that. And you always get this card with me. Now that I think about it, Cancer, I feel like I'm always saying to you, it's like whatever you're thinking, or however you are thinking, something is going to turn out. It's going to be completely different. So, it's like sometimes I think we do that, where we imagine an outcome for anything, love, business, or otherwise, and we imagine this outcome, but things go a completely different direction. I feel like that's what you need to realize, is that, you have this story in your head about something, and things are going to go how they're going to go. It's probably not how you think, but this is a good thing. It's like the Two of Swords, sometimes I think she's settled, right? She is kind of like stuck in her situation, but she needs to realize there's like another way, that new island behind her. So, really things could go better than expected. Yeah, with the World, you have the Ace of Swords, which is a victory or win. We see several good cards of winning here. These two cards and the Six of Wands are all cards of like victory or winning or success. So there's definitely some sort of victory coming in for you. Next, in the area of what is coming in for you, you have the Sagittarius card. It says expansion on it. It says you are ready to expand and move forward to your next lucky break. Love it. You have this web of creation. It says be aware of what you're weaving in your life to create better experiences. Yeah, maybe that's what this reading is talking about as well, is that it's a time for better experiences for you, Cancer, and I would be doing things to create better experiences, or I would be doing things to manifest a better time with these cards. You also have the Nine of Wands, the Magician, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands is my card of experimentation. He is the Wounded Warrior, so you've probably been through a lot, dealt with a lot of difficulties, but now he needs to try a bunch of new things to see what's going to happen. He is my card of experimentation, like I said, so I think it would be a great time for you to play with life, or to just try new things and, see what happens with that Nine of Wands energy. You have the Magician again. So Magician is definitely about manifestation. There's clearly like something that you want to manifest, but the Magician is pointing towards the Five of Pentacles. This one is going up to the Five of Pentacles here. The Five of Pentacles is, part of the Magician is he needs to believe deep down inside that he can accomplish something. Like he really needs to develop the belief that he deserves something, or he's not going to get it. So the Five of Pentacles and the Magician are really saying you need to work on those beliefs. He's also pointing down to the Justice card, and Justice is cause and effect. And Justice says you don't have to take these huge leaps to accomplish something. You can like try a little bit, take a small step towards something, and go from there. You also have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel the Seven of Pentacles is saying it's time for a change. He's looking at these Seven Pentacles that he's grown, and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's thinking like, was it worth it for me to grow everything I've grown so far, or is there something better? And there's probably something better for him to grow, and he needs to decide to change direction. So he also needs to take all the knowledge and wisdom he's learned from growing these Seven Pentacles, and he needs to bring that knowledge and wisdom forward to something new. And we I definitely see that here with the Nine of Wands. Like he needs to realize that maybe he was hurt by something in the past, and he needs to realize that he learned a lot from the situations that he went through. Like those 8 wands behind him represent all the things that he's learned, or, all the things that he's been through. And now he's holding on to one more wand, and he needs to try again. So I feel it's time for you to like try something again. That does not mean you're like, going back to the past, or going back to a person in love or anything like that. It just means that you're giving something a second chance. Like if it's love, you're giving new love a second chance. If it's business, you're trying something new. You have the King of Swords. Makes perfect sense. King of Swords, card of knowledge and wisdom. So the King of Swords, he learns and then takes action on what he has learned, and that is turning knowledge into wisdom. So he's not just learning things, he's actually proving that he has learned, and that's kind of what I feel you're doing here. The King of Swords has been through a lot of battles as well. Like I believe that he has been through the most battles out of all the kings. So, you've definitely maybe been through it here, Cancer, but now it's time to, get your grand payoff, right? With the Magician, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, the Magician is clearly tied to the Five of Pentacles. We've already talked about it. If you are focusing on your weaknesses with the Five of Pentacles, then you're going to have a hard time. Again, fives have very easy solutions. The solution to the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses and to focus on your strengths. The Five of Pentacles also represents an easy solution. These people have this church behind them, and the church is meant to represent a place of sanctuary, so they could easily, the whole point of the Five of Pentacles is that they could easily come out of the cult. They could go inside the church and they would be protected. And so I feel for a lot of you that there could be, options for you to like protect yourself, or there could be opportunities for you to come out of the cold, and I feel like you need to see those opportunities. Sometimes I feel with the King of Swords that the King of Swords can represent like a mentor or a person you look up to, and I feel that tapping into a mentor or something could be very helpful. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands. like the second you decide to change, things are going to move forward very quickly. The Seven of Pentacles, or I should say, the Eight of Wands is quick movement or a quick conclusion. But I feel like you have to decide to walk away or to just. It's not even about walking away, right? The Seven of Pentacles is like about upgrading. He's not necessarily like letting go of that harvest that he has had. He's gonna take the harvest, but he just needs to go plant something new and have a bigger harvest. So he needs to upgrade his situation. And I feel that's what's going on here. It's like time for you to upgrade, right? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this taking risks card and the standstill card. Yeah, if you have been feeling stuck, I feel it's a time for bigger risks. I just did Pisces reading and they also had a lot of risk cards. So, it could just be a time for water signs to take bigger risks. Now, one thing I will say is, again, I think with Pluto and Aquarius, the risks we should be taking are more specific. We shouldn't be taking risks that are going to, take all our money away, or we shouldn't be taking risks that are going to hurt us, really. We should be taking the type of risk we should be taking is like the risk of exposure, the risk of saying something and being wrong, the risk of speaking up at work and sharing an idea and being wrong. Right? The risk of starting a YouTube channel and people making fun of you. It's really about exposure. But the people who take those risks, like, number one, yeah, some people are going to say you're wrong. Number one, right? So you have to get over yourself and not listen to what people say. Number two, if you take those risks, you're going to be right sometimes and you're going to have a victory with the Six of Wands. So, I would be willing to take that risk. You have the Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Justice card. I get something about like the fear of abandonment here. It's not sure. Yes, the Five of Pentacles can represent that, but it's not really. It's really about being left out in the cold, which I guess is very similar. But I feel like some of you are fearing that if you do take risks, that maybe everybody in your life is going to leave you behind, or maybe you're fearing taking a risk in love and that you're gonna end up alone or something like that. It's almost like you're putting too much pressure on yourself with a decision or a choice, and I feel the Five of Pentacles is saying you need to remove the pressure or let go of the pressure. You have the High Priestess, very intuitive time, so I would definitely be listening to that intuition of yours and tapping into your intuition. I would be exploring your intuition as well, because the High Priestess can represent secrets, but it's not like something should stay a secret. It's we have to dig into mystery with the High Priestess. We have to research, learn, explore secrets, find answers, all that stuff with this card, and that's what I would do with the High Priestess. You have the Justice card. Again, Justice is cause and effect, probably your most important card here in this reading. I feel taking small steps and just waiting for, it's almost as if you are waiting for feedback is the word that's popping into my head with the Justice card. And the Justice card says make small investments and work more on the things that give to you. Like I'm a big fan of walking through open doors, right? Plain and simple. It's like in love and business and everything. It's like something that's meant for you. It's going to have a flow. You're going to put energy in. You're going to get energy back. And there aren't going to be these like big obstacles. Now, there are always obstacles in life, and especially in love and everything like that. But what I'm talking about is you're not going to run up, you're not going to get to these obstacles and not be able to have some sort of breakthrough, right? So, there will always be obstacles is what I'm trying to spit out here. Because sometimes I think people take this too literally and they're like, well, I got into a fight with my boyfriend, so I left. And it's like, well, you could have stayed and worked on it. And if you did, then you found a person who's willing to put the work in. So I feel like I shouldn't have to spell everything out, but apparently I do. So again, what I would say is there will always be obstacles. When you get to the obstacle, what happens? That's what's important. If you run into a brick wall and a person, place, or thing isn't willing to be flexible, well, there's your answer. But if you do get into an argument with a person, for example, and they're willing to work through it, then you found flow. You found someone, cause and effect, a person who's willing to balance things out. Same thing in business. It's like if you're always running into a brick wall in business, then it might be time to try something else, because I feel with the Justice card, it's saying the things that are going to work for you right now are going to have like a nicer flow. That doesn't mean they're going to be perfect, like I said, but they're just going to have a nicer flow. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. I feel like you have to let go of a past hurt. This, not really a love reading, right? But I'm just saying, for those of you that want love, I feel that what could be hurting you right now is a past situation. Maybe a person, maybe it's like an abandonment thing or a person abandoned you. And I feel that healing through that would be really good for you right now. With the High Priestess, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, very good. We have the Wheel of Fortune twice as well. Always repeating cards with you, Cancer. The Wheel of Fortune is a change in your fortunes, or your fortunes improving. I feel that you need to follow your intuition, like towards your fortunes, or towards a change in your fortunes, is what that's saying. With the Justice card, you have Temperance. Temperance is patience. Temperance is alchemy, turning one thing into another. So I feel a lot of you could be kind of like creating a turnaround, especially with the Wheel of Fortune twice. That would kind of make this reading a little bit of a turnaround reading. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Teacher card. It says, you have a natural ability to impart knowledge and guide others towards their inner light. King of Swords, Nine of Wands. It's like, I always say that I don't think we should let the things that have happened to us just like happen to us. I think there is gold in pretty much everything we've been through. The King of Swords and the Nine of Wands says, turn your pain into pleasure. Turn your pain into gold and get the gold from it. You have this Enlightenment card. It says, why do you believe that you deserve... What does it say? It says... I read that wrong. It says entitlement. It says, why do you believe that you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? This is coming up in the good stuff, so I feel like you have earned and worked and earned these privileges. So, really, I would say this is a good thing, not a bad thing with that card. You have the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Swords. Six of Wands is a victory or a big success or a big win coming in for you. It's you kind of like sitting on this high horse. He has earned his right to be on this horse as well, so you have earned it. This person here is meant to look jealous. So again, I would be careful of people who are jealous of your situation. Like, I don't think you have to do anything with them. Just ignore it, right? And that's like the best thing to do. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a change in your fortunes or things improving in your life. So I feel that there is a change in your fortunes coming. It's like I just get general improvements off of the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can represent momentum. And with the Wheel of Fortune twice, the Wheel of Fortune, the more we get the wheel spinning forward, like in the right direction, the more momentum we create, the better. So I would be, doubling down on good stuff. I always say probably like 5 or 6 years ago now, starting then, I really started to like sit with my successes. Like I used to be the type of person, like I would have a success, I would just like rush right past it. I wouldn't celebrate it. I wouldn't enjoy it. And I was always chasing my tail. And now, like when I have a success, I take time to celebrate it. I do something nice for myself, or I just am grateful for it for a little bit longer than I normally would be. And, I don't know. It works really well for me, so I would try it, and it's free. It doesn't cost any money to like be like, I'm really grateful for this success, no matter how small it is. So I'm a big fan of like celebrating even small successes, and because they will turn into big ones. With the Six of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a card of going on an adventure and feeling enthusiastic. Maybe that's been missing with the Five of Pentacles as well. Sometimes I think Five of Pentacles energy, we're just like in this space where it's like things aren't good, things aren't bad, but we're just feeling maybe a little bit lost, or we're not sure what our next step should be. I feel that you are kind of returning to your enthusiasm. I also feel like saying this month, so it might not be exactly this week that you have this return to enthusiasm or feeling excited about the future, but I do feel there is more excitement coming in the near future for your future. With the Wheel of Fortune, yes, try again. I feel this is definitely a second chance thing going on here. I don't think, again, you're not repeating something, you are trying something new again, if that makes sense. Like if it's love, it's a new person. If it's a business, you're trying something new in your business and you're trying again, or you're trying a different business, or whatever the case may be. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Judgment card. Judgment is about waking up to your purpose. I am pretty sure that your readings have really been focusing on your purpose. Like I'm pretty sure your February reading had the Judgment card, if I'm not mistaken. And the Judgment card is all about answering the call to your purpose. And that's exactly what I would do with that Knight of Swords energy. Is I would be kind of like focusing on your purpose or something like that, right? So let's see. You have this Cat card, says a two-faced friend. I am almost positive I've also said to you that there could be a person in your life who's telling you not to do something. I am convinced I've said that to you in the recent past. If I have, and I'm pretty sure I have, I would definitely pay attention. It's like sometimes I don't think people necessarily do this for a bad reason, but you have the Six of Wands, person who's jealous, and it's like sometimes I think people do things like tell us like, oh, don't date that person, right? Just because they don't want to lose us, more or less. And so I would be careful of those people who are telling you not to do things. You have this career card. Yeah, we see a lot of improvements in your career based off of past knowledge, like knowledge and wisdom with the King of Swords. So there could be a lot of improvements there. You have this November card, and this wheel card says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. We were just talking about this with the Five of Pentacles. That's like, I feel a little bit, I don't know if it's lost or just not knowing what to do, right? And I feel the good news here is that this is coming to an end. With that Page of Wands, I really feel very enthusiastic. So it's almost like your zest for life is returning. Like maybe you're feeling more excited about the future where you weren't since November, or maybe you're just feeling excited about an idea or direction. You have this four-leaf clover. It says great good fortune. Yep, Wheel of Fortune twice, so definitely could be good fortunes coming in for you. You have this December card and this older man. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. If you are attracting love, not really a love reading, but again, if you want love, I feel you could be attracting like an older person here. Maybe you've been interested in this person since December. So, there you go. But this looks really good here, Cancer. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.